What up, y'all? Got my new bracelet, just came in. Rubber band, man. Wireless the top of band 9 in my right, a 45 in my other hand. I'm saying. Anyways, how to stop liking, loving, or wanting him or her. Everybody different, so I can't really give y'all an exact way. But what I can do is give y'all reasons why I think something might be the wrong way or the right way. But all in all, number one, you have to detach from the person. And again, everybody got their own way of doing that, but that's the number one thing. You have to detach from them somehow. And basically get away from them. But the problem is a lot of times you have kids with the person, so you can't really do that. You got to see the person. So you have to detach from them internally, which you're going to have to do anyway. Regardless if you didn't have kids with them or whatever. At the end of the day, you're going to have to detach from them eternally first. It's an inside job. And I think a lot of people confuse this with drugs, other women, other men, and everything else except for working on themselves inside. You have to admit that you fucked up. You picked the wrong person. Whether you caused them to break up or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, unless you are the one that did them wrong. But either way, even if you was the person that did them wrong or they did you wrong, it's still going to be an internal job at the end of the day that has to be fixed. Either way, right? But a lot of people, they want to get other people and they want to replace people that way. Like, I'll just get somebody else and replace them. And to a certain extent, that's okay because, like, if you're comfortable with talking to other people and getting to know other people without bending your feelings about the other person and it's not making it worse or whatever, then yeah, you should do that because ultimately you're going to have to talk to other people eventually anyway. However, how you go about it is the difference to me. Like, if I broke up with a girl I was with for a long time, then met this perfect girl basically, and I couldn't like just let her go, right? I had to kind of get to know her because she's rare, you know what I mean? People don't come across like that all the time. You don't come across people like that all the time. I wouldn't just let her go because that's rare. You might not get another chance, but you got to understand that you got to take it slow with this person. You got give yourself time to be able to really fully reciprocate this person, because a lot of times what happens is people think that they really don't like somebody because they're still caught up with the person they just broke up with. They're still in that entanglement eternally. Not external. External, they probably already messed with somebody else, whatever. But eternally, you're still bruised. You're still dealing with the effects of the breakup. So if you do meet somebody right away, because some people get lucky like that, you got to take time with the person, because like I said, a lot of people, what happens is, I don't really like him or her, and they run back to the ex. I personally think you should take time and not deal with nobody like that. But again, what if the perfect person come along? You're going to have to be ready. You're going to have to do something or they're going to go. So, if the perfect person don't come along, I know there's no perfect person, but to you there might be. If that person don't come along, what I suggest is, like I said, take time. Let them know. Like, look, I just got a relationship. I think you might be a good person to get to know. But you got to take your time with me so I can fully reciprocate you, so I can fully get over that person and really give you my all. Because when you're in a relationship, you're giving somebody a part of you versus being single. You're supposed to anyway. But we all know there's people out here who just want to take and not give. But we're talking about real, authentic people who's looking for something and trying to be something to somebody. So, yeah, you got to take your time with that. When I speak of a detachment, you got to forgive. Admit that you fucked up by picking the wrong person, or you was the wrong person because you fucked up. Either way, you fucked up. You got to forgive yourself, and you got to forgive them. I know that's hard for a lot of people. Oh, I ain't forgiving that motherfucker. They did. It doesn't matter what they did. You got to forgive them. Why? Because if you do not forgive them, you got feelings for them. Oh, that's some bullshit, Twan. How I got feelings for that girl? I caught her cheating, man. Old dude was in the bed and everything. The key word is feelings. Feelings are feelings whether they're good or bad. See, you got to forgive them, because if you don't, you're going to have ill feelings towards a person, which means they still have some type of power over you, which means there's still some type of feelings in you over this person. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad, they're still there. You want to be free of the person. So how do you get free of the person? Number one, detachment. Well, how do you attach? Number one thing to detachment. I said attach. The number one thing to detachment is forgiving them, because that's the hardest thing. Really, all these things are important, but I'm going to just say that's number one. You got to forgive them first. You got to start there. Like, oh, you played me, you fucked old dude, and it's all good. I got to let you go now and go my own way. I'm sorry about it, but, I ain't even going to trip on her. It is what it is. I wish the best for her. And even if you could be mad at him, but you got to train yourself to forgive them. Because you're going to have those ill feelings. They're going to come. You're human. But when they do come, you got to let yourself know, man, whatever. I just wish the best for her. But because 9 times out of 10, if they did you wrong, it's not going to work out anyway for them. So you might as well just wish them the best, and karma going to come and give you front row seats. For real, you might as well. You might as well just get over it. You know what I'm saying? I feel. I've never been fumbled, and it didn't work. It didn't come back that, dang, I'm glad you fumbled me. We've all fumbled somebody. I haven't fumbled many, but we all fumbled somebody, and you kind of regret that in a way. But I've never regretted being fumbled. That's why I don't trip when, you don't want me and this and that, or you don't like me more than him and this and that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because if anything, it's not going to... See, I can live with the regret of someone not liking me. I can live with the regret of someone fumbling me, but living with the regret of you fumbling somebody, that's a whole different animal that you don't want to deal with. You just don't. I'd rather be fumbled. Because I know it's not on me. If I turn out to be the right one, the right choice that you didn't make, then that's on you. But if you turn out to be the right choice that I didn't make, see, that's on me. See, that's why I don't care about being fumbled. It's all good. I'm going to just keep self-improving. Which brings me to my other point. Y'all already know when y'all see the black bottle, you know what time it is, nigga. You ain't got to ask, short dog voice. You ain't even got to ask, nigga. You know what I'm about to do. I'm about to take this shirt off and go in that damn gym. That's what I'm about to do after this. But to my second point, man, self-improvements, loving yourself. You got to replace the energy and love that you was given to them with put it in you. You got to start putting that all into you. It's time to be selfish for a while. You know what I mean? It's okay to be selfish for a while. You gave a lot of energy to somebody else and it didn't work, and you feel like you got robbed and this and that. It's time to be selfish for a while. You don't got to be selfish towards people. You know what I mean? And only take from them and use them, but selfish as far as, I'm worried about. I'm focusing on me right now for a little bit. You know what I mean? While I'm single, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to try to get better, become a better me. Because remember what I said earlier. Even if you did fumble and you wasn't fumbled, you still got to self-improve yourself, right? So you still got to work on yourself, even if you fumbled them. Or, yeah, you fumbled them and you was wrong and they wasn't. You still got to work on yourself. Technically, both people are always going to be wrong. There's always going to be some wrong to pass around. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Anybody can act like they innocent and they didn't do shit, but that's a lie. People done shit. One might have done more than the other or ultimately caused it to end, but, both people is wrong in ways. That's just what it is. Nobody's perfect. However, when you fumble them, you still got to work on yourself. You got to become a better person either way, So when you become a better person and work on yourself, it ultimately gives you the reflection and the perception of what the right person is. The more you become the right person yourself, the more you're going to be able to spot it in someone else. The more you become the right person yourself, the more you're going to spot it in someone else. A lot of people ask, why she fumble me? Why she pick that guy? Why he pick this dude? Why she pick that bum? Why he picked that bum female? Because a lot of times, those people, yeah, they look good. You think they're attractive and all this and all that, and you think they're perfect. But the problem is this: they have not found that great person within themselves. Within themselves, right? So it's hard for them to see it in someone else. So more than likely, they're going to fumble people and pick the wrong one. Some might get lucky, though, and pick the right one. But more than likely, they're going to be attracted to the shit that does not matter in a person because they're not even attracted to it within themselves. Because if they was, they would be becoming that. And then when they don't see it in other people, it will kind of make them not want to fuck with them in that type of way on that level because it's not an evenly yoked thing. I don't really go to clubs no more like that every now and then. But she in the club every weekend. She fine as fuck, but no, I don't know if I want to do that. And she might be a good girl, even if she do go to a club every weekend. But the point is, certain things that you see is you're gonna shy away from that. Versus if you in the club every weekend, that's right up your alley. Yeah, we going to the club and all this and all that. And you're probably gonna pick a girl that's for the streets. You know what I mean? Because you kind of for the streets your damn self. It just goes hand in hand, people, man. You are what you attract. No other way to put that shit for real. Yeah, sometimes opposites attract, but for the most part, people pick what they like within themselves. That's why they picking it. He ain't got tattoos. He don't smoke weed and this or that. I don't want that. The other guy's corny. He's lame. He's this or that. That's a girl that is corny and lame herself. She thinks that being a grown-ass adult is corny and lame. That's why she thinks that the other shit is more attractive. So she gonna pick that. You know what I mean? That's what she gonna like. He's too nice. Shit like that. But then when I turn 30, I'm going to be crying about it. Where's the nice guy at? So whatever, man. Carry on. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up. Same thing with the dudes. Where's all the good girls at? They all got kids and all that now. Yeah, but when you was 24, you had all them girls that didn't have all those kids and all that, and you wanted to be the player. See? Sometimes you got to make sacrifices in life, just like the women do. Do I want all these women, or do I want to just pick this solid one I got now? Because if I wait later, the longer I wait, the more women are going to be polluted and fucked up. Same thing with the females. So maybe I better just pick this girl right now. Why she young and not polluted and shit, So I'll be trying to tell y'all, man. I'll be trying to tell y'all that shit. But, back to the detachment thing, you gotta self-improve. Well, we still on that. Because like I said, when you self-improve, you're gonna be able to see other people who are on your level. So yeah. And by you focusing on yourself and loving yourself, all the energy you was giving to them, you can now apply it to becoming a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever the fuck you want to be in life. Whatever you want to be. You could be what all you want to be. This is the army, motherfucker. Be all you can be in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? You can be whatever you want to be. And now you single? It's a perfect time. Instead of crying and complaining about somebody who been fucking somebody else, and that's why they want to be single. Because let's be real. Nobody really want to just go off and be alone. Especially a female. We already know what time it is. So what she doing is she's fucking somebody else. So it's time to be all you can be, like the army, my nigga. And use that as fuel. Even as a woman, use that as fuel to become a better person. See, don't be hating on them. That's the energy. That's that energy that you're still giving to them. Remember what I said earlier. Feelings are feelings, whether they're good or bad. So all that energy, that hate, that's still feelings and energy that you're still giving to somebody who's sleeping with somebody else and don't give a flying fuck about you. Fuck all that. Take all that shit back and apply it to you and your life and manifest this great life and this great person. And number one is really God. But guess what? Forgiving them is God, and forgiving the person is hand in hand. It's hand in hand. So self-improvement, becoming God-like, not like the Most High on the Most High level. No, that's blasphemy. Stuff that sometimes Jay-Z be trying to lightly be treading, saying like he God and stuff. No, I mean God-like in a sense of humans. We're far from the Creator, but as far as ye are gods. It says right in the book, ye are gods. You don't understand the power that you have. The devil don't want you to understand that power. The devil wants you to be, confined and hurt and bitter and angry and using people and lying and deceiving and all this and that. He don't want you to be godlike. You know what I mean? In the human form. You can reach your highest self in the human form. Just be careful with it, because some of them more like kind of like a Jay-Z thinking they are God. There is no other God and stuff. All this crazy stuff. I'm not saying that's how he think, but kind of seemed like it. He borderline there. You know what I mean? You don't even want to be borderline there. You want to understand that there is a Most High. There is a Creator. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you want to understand that I'm a superhero. I got superpowers. I can become anything I want to be. Nothing can stop me in this world. You really want to imprint this shit in you, man. And you got to start loving yourself instead of loving them. All that love you was giving to them, you got to give to yourself. Make yourself feel good. They probably wasn't giving you half the love that you're going to be able to give yourself anyway. So sometimes you're going to realize that being single this is actually better. This shit lit. Shit, I think being single might be better than being in a relationship. I ain't gotta worry about a motherfucker stop loving me. I ain't gotta worry about a motherfucker cheating on me, lying, and none of that. Cause I feel the same. I feel loved the same way, whether I was with the person, whether I'm with a person or that person or with myself. That's another way you gotta detach from them, man. You gotta love yourself. You should already be loving yourself in general, but once you break up with a person, now you can give all the love to yourself. Because when you with somebody, even though you love yourself, you got to give some of that to them. You got to pour some of that into them. Damn, I want to play this game right now, but I got to make sure I pay attention to my girl. You see what I'm saying? Shit like this. That's just one little thing. But if I'm single, man, I'm about to play this game, nigga. Smoke this blunt, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get this drink cracking. I ain't got no girl to worry about, no arguing, no none of that. I walk around this bitch naked, all that. Here's a better example. When you have a kid versus when you don't. Once you have a kid, basically everything should be about them. You know what I mean? Everything you do, your whole energy, everything should be poured into them. You know what I mean? But when you don't have a kid, you ain't got to worry about that. You just got to worry about you. So that's what I mean. It's the same thing when you got a girl or a dude. You're supposed to go 110% when you got a girl or a woman. But when you don't, it's all about you. And when you're getting to know people, the same should apply. The same should apply. You got to still love yourself. Because a lot of people play games. A lot of people think they got to play games because they've been hurt by so many people. They feel like if I don't play these games by this book and ignore him and do all this dumb shit, or ignore her and do all this dumb shit, they won't like me and all this other shit. But really, all that tactic shit it works, but it works to attract the wrong people. The right person, you ain't got to do none of that because they're the right person. In fact, you're going to run off the right person by doing shit like that. You'll get the wrong ones. You'll attract the wrong ones all day long with the games and the manipulation tactics. But the right ones are going to run away because they're going to sense that this feels like games and deceit and lies. Let me back up. Let me get away from her or him. You see? So you lose. Two can play the game, but only the one that don't play the game is the winner, because the one that don't play the game is going to get the girl or the guy who is not playing the game. You only get people who are playing games when you play the game. In my opinion. Even if you do get a good one, you still going to fumble them because you playing games. Sooner or later, it's going to get sniffed out, or they're going to get tired of your shit, and you're going to fumble them. Playing the game. So number 1, forgiveness. Number 2, self-improvement. Meaning loving yourself, and it ain't all about money and all that, but all that goes hand in hand. You know what I mean? Man, I'm getting up to go to work today. I'm trying to make a bigger bag. I'm going to the gym today. I'm trying to get better at this. I'm trying to do better at that. All that is self-improvement. Instead of I'm sitting home crying and I'm hurt because I'm not with such and such, the narcissist no more, or whatever. You're going to be so occupied with trying to become better physically, mentally, financially, and all that other shit. You're not even going to be thinking about them that much. Of course, they're going to come through your mind every now and then because you're human and you was attached to them. But the more you detach to them, the less they're going to come across your mind. And even if they do, it's numb. It's not going to bother you. It's not going to have an effect. The longer and the more you get detached, the less of effect it's going to have. I tell people all the time, I got love for my exes. Like, I don't hate them. I don't really want to be in, and I don't have kids by them, so there's really no point for me to be in their lives. You know what I'm saying? There's really no point. For what? I don't see the point. But if I seen them, I'd probably buy them some food or some shit. Speak or something like that. The younger me, probably still holding grudges and all that because I didn't understand the effects of shit like that. But now I get it. So me now, that's not happening. I wish you well, bye. Even though more than likely you're probably not going to do well because you probably fumbled me and I'm a motherfucker and I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm the shit. And I don't mean it in a cocky way. But then again, yes the fuck I do. And I don't care who like it. You should feel like you the shit. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm better than anybody else, but I feel like I'm the shit. Plain and simple. I don't feel like nobody's better than me. I feel like I'm the shit. But not in the way of I'm better than you. You know, I won't help that lady pick up that bag, or I'm going to keep with that shit. Nah, none of that. But when it comes to, oh, you picked him over me? Good. Good luck. I'm better than that. I know I'm better. I don't care if he got $1 million, I'm better. I'm a better package. You know what I mean? That type shit, man. That type energy. But you gotta mean it. You don't fake it. You gotta mean it. And the only way you can really mean it is by self-improvement. Until that happens, you definitely are faking it, and you can only fake it because you really don't feel that way until you self-improve. Like the boy Nip said, rest in peace. Get you some money, you're gonna feel different. Self-improve, I say self-improve, you're gonna feel different because that's money and everything else. You know what I mean? You're going to feel different. You're going to feel like you really the shit. It's not going to bother you because she picked another guy or don't want to. She left you on red. Why? Because you feel like it's her loss, and you really feel like it's her loss. It's not no angry, it's your loss. Why didn't she pick me? No, you really feel like it. Like, you probably fucked up by not picking me. Plus, you feel like if she was the right one, sent from God and all this and all that, then she would have picked you. You know? Also, sometimes people don't deserve the blessing of you. That's why they fumble you. That's their karma. You got to understand, a lot of people have done things that they shouldn't have done. They've done bad. So why would karma give them this great woman or man that you're supposed to be? Why would karma say, you deserve this? After all you did, narcissist, you deserve this great woman or man. No, dog, you got to think how deep and spiritual this shit is. Nah, that's not going to happen. If they've been doing people dirty and all this and all that, dog, they don't deserve a good person, so they're going to fumble you. So don't take it personally. I'm ugly. That's why she didn't pick me, man, this and that. Nah, she probably didn't pick you because she don't deserve you. I guarantee you 9 times out of 10. Is that clips already up or what? What the fuck are they looking at? I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, when a woman don't pick a good dude, it's I'm gonna say it like this: if you're a good dude or a good girl, and he don't want you or pick you or something, and you know you good, you look decent, all that, all across the board, 9 times out of 10, it's either you're just not their type, or they're gonna pick somebody bad, somebody way beneath you. So it's either you're not their type, which is okay, because you can't expect everybody to like you and you to be everybody's type. Everybody's not your type. You know what I mean? That don't mean that they like bad boys or they like bad women because they didn't pick you. But I guarantee you this: if it's because of their karma, or if it's because they're not really a good woman or man themselves, I guarantee you they pick somebody beneath you. Somebody that's not on your level as far as treating them, and you. A lot of times it's not just as far as them how they treat the person. It's in general. They're not even on your level. And you're gonna see, because you're gonna see like, damn, she pregnant by a dude or got a kid by a dude, struggling or this or that. Could have had this. Damn. All you do is shake your head. You know, why get mad over it? These women got unlimited options in their face every day. You don't want to force a woman to like you. It should be genuine. And if it was genuine, she would have liked you instead of the other people. It is what it is. Keep moving. Plain and simple, man. We ain't got time for that. We got self-improvement. And that actually brings me to my third point. Just be happy for them. That's still that's on the same lines as forgiveness, but really be happy for them. Man, it don't matter. I caught her cheating last night. You know what? I hope he makes you happy. I hope he makes you happier than me. I hope you get what you're looking for, and really mean that shit, and move on. Because the way the universe works, man, I'm telling you, when you do dirt, you reap what you sow. So if they doing dirty, I'm telling you, you're gonna make out on the end. They might still have all the women or all the men, and you be single, but your life is way better than theirs. Don't be deceived. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about them. It's about you. That's what people gotta understand. When it's time to leave somebody, it's not about them, what they got going on, or who they gonna run into, or whatever. It's about you. It's not about them. So when you get to that point that I feel like I deserve better, or I love myself too much for this, you know what I mean? Then, it's time to go. That's why I said earlier about loving yourself. That can only be done if you love yourself and really love yourself. Like, man, I like her a lot, but, she trying to make me into her bitch. So I gotta go. Gotta leave her alone. She playing games now. She let me fuck once. Now she want to play the pullback game and shit. I gotta let her go. I thought she was gonna be a cool chick, but whatever. You know, even if you want to, as bad as you, man, I kind of want to sit for this chick. Cause I like her that much, man. I'm about to just hit her back up, man. Even though I know she was fucking with other people, though, I'm gonna just say, why can't we just make this shit work? Nah, fuck all that, man. You know, keep your balls and keep moving, basically. Keep your balls and keep moving. Because you're going to lose in the end anyway if you hand your balls to them. And if you're a woman, you go back and comply to the dude, you're going to lose. So you might as well get out while you are ahead. Meaning you don't have kids bombing all this other shit. And even if you do have kids bomb, don't have more bomb. So you might as well get ahead of the game while you are ahead of the game. And I know you're thinking, well, how am I ahead of the game and too much bad has happened dealing with this person? Yeah, but it can always be worse. You can keep getting deeper and deeper in this rabbit hole, or you can leave now. It's kind of like you invested $10,000, now you're down to $3,000. Take that $3,000 and take that $7,000 loss, or keep going, and it's gonna keep getting worse. So you make the choice. I know some of y'all, well, I just hope it's gonna get better. I know it's gonna get better. I have faith. It would have never came to this. It would have never came to the point that you had to leave a motherfucker. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't have. I don't feel it would have came to that. You know, if anything, the first fallout or two should have been resolved everything, and everything should got better. When you start going to 3 fallouts, 5 and 10, come on, man. I say 1 for real. Like 1 fallout, try to make it work. You forgive each other once, and if that don't work, that should be it. 2, 3, 4, 5 fallouts back and forth all the time. It's not gonna get worse, or better, should I say? It's not gonna get any better. It's gonna get worse. It depends on what they did the first time. Sometimes only 1 shot and that's it. You only get 1 shot. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better, you know what I'm saying? I think that's about it, man. And don't try to be friends with them. Don't try to hover over them. None of that, man. Just let them go. And I'm glad I thought about this. A lot of times, should I encourage people to block them, if anything? Like, some people don't encourage that because they say that if you block somebody, you're in your feelings or whatever. Let them think what they want. I say this all the time. Think that I'm in my feelings. I don't give a fuck. The reason why I'm blocking you is because I'm not going to give you no chance to come back with your fuckery, because I know you're going to come back at some point, because you probably done fucked up and picked somebody that you shouldn't have over me. So you're going to probably try to come back. So I'm going to let it be known right here, right now, there is no coming back. See, a lot of y'all want them to come back. That's why y'all don't block them. Nah, block them. Get rid of them. Ignore them. Don't talk to them. It doesn't mean that you're bitter or angry. It just means that you letting them know this is it, type shit. But a lot of people don't see it that way. They feel like if you block them, you're in your feelings or this or that. And sometimes that might be true, but my point is, the reason for blocking somebody is so they can't play the games with you again. Period. Period, man. Some of y'all might feel like, well, they fought for me back after I blocked them. It must be good now. They didn't learn their lesson. Okay. Well, you didn't learn your lesson, obviously, because you're going to fall right back in that rabbit hole, man. I'm telling you, man. 2 times at the most, you should give a person the fuck up. 2. There shouldn't be no more after that. I think 1. But some things, ain't that bad. Like, but certain things are bad and it should be 1 strike, you're gone. But, some things, they're petty. And I'm talking about things that make you fall out. I'm not talking about like a perfect relationship type thing. There's no such thing as that. You're going to have to take your bumps and bruises with that shit. But I'm talking about like shit that make y'all fall out, So, man, yeah, just love yourself and be happy for them. Be happy for them. Love yourself. Appreciate the time that you have with them. You know, love yourself. And move the fuck on, man. Get this money. Let's get on these boats and these jet skis and shit, man. I don't give a fuck if you're single or not. Go to Miami right now. You never know what you're going to run into. And even if you don't run into a woman, you're going to have an experience. You ain't got to worry about somebody nagging you, cheating on you, and all this other bullshit. Life is too short for that, man. It's like people feel like they got to have a woman or man. No, you don't. And this is why a lot of people have the wrong woman or man, because they feel like they have to have one. But if you have the mentality that you don't have to have one, not in a prideful way that I don't need a man, not that shit, I don't need no woman, no. But in the way of I'm good, you know what I mean? You're probably going to pick the right person at some point, because you're patient now, you're not desperate, and you're not just settling for anything. You know, you're going to settle for what you want. And a lot of people are settling for people that they don't want. And that's why they're really not happy. And they're cheating and lying and deceiving. And the whole attitude with the relationship with this person is fucked up, because you're not what they really want. Anytime they see somebody with somebody they really want or something, now they mad at you. You know what I mean? Now they arguing with you and you can't figure out why. Well, that's why, man. Because they're not really happy with you to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta get away from that person, man. Even if you have to block them or whatever. Because sometimes you try to leave and they won't let you leave. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But you also gotta understand this, and I guess I'll leave this shit alone. You gotta understand that the overall attachment that we've been talking about from the very beginning, how you gotta detach. You gotta understand that the main reason why you're thinking about a person that you want to get away from or leave, or does not make you happy, whatever the fuck you want to name it, you got to understand that the main cause of you not being able to stop loving, liking, or wanting the person, because there's levels, is attachment. It's not really the person. If it was the person that was so great, man, I just can't leave them alone type shit, you wouldn't even be wanting to be leaving them. You wouldn't even be in a situation. How am I in a situation of wanting to leave a woman, you know, that is so great to me and ain't done shit wrong to me? It don't make sense. Why would I want to do that unless I'm the fucking problem and stupid? Right? But people are saying they want to, obviously, the people who are having a hard time of stop loving somebody are more likely the victims than the other person, because they're having the hard time of not love or to stop loving the person. It's not like I'm a narcissist, I don't give a fuck anyway, you just an item, you know, to me, so I'll just move on to the next. It would be that easy, right? If their intentions wasn't good, they would just simply just move the fuck on. Maybe some narcissists do get stuck on people, but I doubt it, because they don't look at people, they look at opportunities and what you can do for them. So I doubt that a narcissist really get caught up in their feelings on somebody, but it's probably possible, you know, especially if you're the best supply they ever had, but they caught up on the supply, not you as the person. So it's not hard for them to replace you, in my opinion. I feel like people struggle with replacing people or moving on because they really cared about the person. That's what I feel. Or the self-improvement also keeps you from not needing the person. So when they want to fuck up and do their fuckery, shit, I'm out the door. You know what I mean? I ain't got to put with your shit. But if I'm a bum dude that ain't got shit going on and pussy has power over me and shit, now even though she fucked that other guy, dog, I can't leave her. Where else I'm gonna get some pussy at? This type shit. But if you're a dude on your purpose, I'm gonna miss that head and shit. But you know what? Eventually I'll run into somebody else. I'll get something even better. But right now, I'm gonna become better. I'm gonna become a better person. I'm not looking for a better person in anyone other than myself. See, a lot of people look for a better person in someone else when they break up with somebody, right? But really, you need to be looking for a better person within yourself, because that's going to ultimately help you be able to filter out who is a better person? How am I going to know who's a better person than the last narcissist if I don't become a better person myself? I'm probably going to pick the same narcissist again and deal with the same fucking cycle of bullshit again. A lot of people don't take time to themselves when they break up, so that's why they keep picking the same person, the same people, or run back to the same person. Because they didn't take time to themselves. Let me take time to myself. Self-improve. Even if you met the right, so-called right person the next day that you broke up with somebody, you still should take time to yourself and let them know that. I already said this earlier in the video. I'm not saying that again. So either way, there's no excuse to just jump right into a full-blown relationship with somebody else that quickly. There's no excuse for it. But people do it. And that's why a lot of times the same results. Imagine if I break up with a woman, wait about 6 years. I'm not the same person in 6 years. The way I think, everything. I'm probably going to be much more smarter, much more wiser, which is ultimately going to lead to me making a much better decision when it comes to a female. There's no way that the choice I would have chosen a female at 15 is as intelligent as it is now. I could have got lucky at 15 and picked the right one and she's still with me now. That's possible. But if you really look at it, the mindset, it's not the same. In fact, at 15, I wasn't looking for, I was more like on a player type thing. And if anything, you're just looking at her ass or this or that. You're young, you don't know what you want, and you don't know why you should want it. So same rules apply. And most importantly, what if you did pick the right one? Okay, you broke up with somebody. The next day, you met the right one and picked the right one, right? But you're not the right one right now. That's the problem. Why? Because you really can't give them their all, because you got this suction of energy and shit like this in your mind and all this from the other person. You're a human. You don't just get over it and forget about it and become numb to it that quickly. So now you're not the right person. So more than likely, you're going to fumble and run back to the ex. Or you just don't simply reciprocate to that person. That person doesn't reciprocate. No, you don't really feel like there's reciprocation because you're still caught up in the shit that happened before. You don't get the full-blown effect. Like, they might be a great woman and man, but you don't feel it the same as if you would have waited and got over them and then boom, now you fuck with them. Versus, I just broke up with my ex yesterday, I met this other person today. They're more like just somebody. At that point, they're still just somebody else, because you're still caught up with the person who seems like they're better than everybody else because of the attachment. The attachment, it rules over everything. I don't care what, you can be sick and tired of a motherfucker to the moon and back, but if you're attached to them, they still have the upper edge until you detach from them. You're still going to be thinking about them. You're still caught up in that web. So until you detach, that's why I feel like even if you met the right person the next day, you're not the right person yet. So there still has to be a time of detox from the ex. No way around this shit, people. And a detox is just going to make you a better person. It's going to cleanse you from shit that you didn't need. Thoughts, feelings, whatever. And you're going to become a better you. A lot of people don't self-improve in life, and they stay stuck in life because they run from man to man to man. Oh shit, let me get another man now. And they never improve. Or men do the same thing. Let me get another hoe. Let me get another woman now. Another. They don't self-improve, man, as much as they could anyway because of this. So that's it, man. I'm gone, man. I'm out of here. Nice talking to y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one, man.